as always, I'm your host, Airsoft Owl, and welcome to another media review. Today we're looking at manga, or at least in this case, one that legitimately has a lot of fanfiction potential and can lead to so many good things. And we'll get to it at the end of the video. Trust me on this. Just bear with me on this, alright? Because believe me when I say that this thing has a lot going for it, and it legitimately is really fun and really good. And I'll sprinkle a little bit of the potential throughout the review, so pay attention to that. But the name of the manga, when translated, is the case in which streaming in another world led to a Yandere following, or at least something along that lines.
Alright, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
If you actually speak Japanese. So why do I say that? Because some poor schmuck, more or less, basically died, got reincarnated in another world, and more or less has basically a lot of magical powers. As in, he is the only one in the world that basically has an unlimited amount of magical powers that not even the frickin' Demon Lord has. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and line up our Yandere, shall we? So you know exactly who it is. The Yandere lineup is as follows. We have, of course, the princess of the nation that our hero stays in, the Saint S, the Demon Lord, a world-class assassin that basically is that world's version of Baba Yaga, and finally, a high-class escort that was originally a whore, but thanks to the streamer, i.e. our hero's words, she is now an escort. If you know what an escort is, you understand what I'm saying here. So basically, the whole thing about the story is legitimately actually pretty fun. And I say it's fun because this dude has a massive cult following. He literally has the nation that he is staying in the palm of his hands. The Demon Lord even, who is a dark-skinned beauty, actually says in the manga that she will be his personal piggy bank. And I'm not going to spoil a lot for you guys. I'm just going to say that read this yourself. I'm going to try and sell this to you to read it, because legitimately this manga is actually really good. Pin comment down below because of what it presents. Now, why do I say this guy? Now, obviously, why do I say streaming instead of, something along those lines? Well, this is the only story outside of Uncle from Another World that takes the aspect of a reaction story and actually works it seamlessly into the story and the world it is in. For Uncle from Another World, it's basically his nephew and another girl and friends basically reacting to the uncle's adventures in another world. In this one, the dude literally has so much power and magic and he could have basically been the hero from another world and basically saved the world, etc., etc. You've all known the story, you know the story, it's been done a million times. Instead, the guy literally creates his own streaming setup with his magic and starts streaming. He doesn't do... And this is where I said... this is where I said the potential comes into play. The dude is streaming in another world. If the guy... If any gamer... And if you know me personally, you know exactly what I would do. I would happily ask that, well, hell, anyone who knows me and the fandom I'm a part of would know that, basically, if given the chance, we would ask the goddess not just the massive amounts of freaking magical power, we would also ask her the ability to, 1, access our Steam account, and 2, access Nexus mods. If you understand where this is going, then sound off in the comments section, and I shall continue with the review. It's not to say this hasn't led the guy into some trouble. In fact, the thing that is that actually makes me laugh every single time I read this thing, is the fact of the guy has no clue that he legitimately has this influence at all. Like, he will offhandedly good example. In the manga and the story, the guy offhandedly comments during one of his streams about the war between the demons and humans going on for basically 1,000 years, and there's no point into it. Like, does anyone even remember how the war started? And basically from that, the Demon Lord basically signs a peace treaty with the humans. War's over. We can go home. Then, of course, when slavery is brought up, the princess again, remember who the princess is? Right there. Okay, good, we're moving on. Basically cracks down on slavery within her kingdom, thanks to Lord Streamer pointing it out. And when I mean crackdown, I'm talking like 1980s DEA going after Colombians selling cocaine type crackdown.
All right, boy, let's do it!
Then we have the Saintist, who literally believes the Lord Streamer was sent down by heaven. That's it. That's all you need to know. But the big one that's actually pretty hilarious is just that fact that he has no clue how much power he has. I say this because in the story, the dude gets a death threat. Now, here's the thing. Anyone who has done YouTube and streaming or anything of that nature knows exactly that sometimes people will send you a death threat or two. I should know. I've had a couple of death threats sent my way, and as of late, those have tripled exponentially since basically coming out in support of Israel and my Jewish family. I myself being a half Jew. So, yeah. I understand how that feels as a YouTuber. I can relate to the manga. The guy actually laughs it off. However, what he doesn't know is that because he read the entire death threat on stream along with the motherfucker's name, everyone basically went after this bandit clan. I am talking the Royal Army, the Church's military, and the Demon Lord's army. Good example would basically be, these guys are raiders versus me with a mini nuke launcher. Yeah, let's just say that didn't exactly go well, and, yeah. Dude did. Like, all of them were wiped out. Down to the last man, they were wiped out. Again, like me with a mini nuke launcher versus a raider camp. So, the other thing, though, is that the story just keeps building up to adversities. So, finally, the latest basic arc, quote-unquote, is that some jerk-off from another country who's upset the fact that he can't sell slaves no more, or some stupid shit like that, believes the Lord Streamer is mass murdering people because no one has that kind of magic to stream every single day, or like whatever the schedule for the streams are. Now, backing up a little bit, another noble actually sent Baba Yaga, the Master Assassin, this chick, after the streamer, and when she found out about him being the streamer, well, she basically killed the client, and yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, I'm not going to show you anything, I just want you to read this manga yourself. It's actually kind of hilarious how this all happened, but either way. So, more or less, the dude finally comes up with a plan, and as of Chapter 19, as of the recording of this video, he reveals his outfit and his plan, which is basically, thanks to the princess and the scientist, uses an abandoned castle to reveal his magical power. Again, now I say this because, again, I'm trying not to spoil this. I'm trying not to spoil much. But as someone who does YouTube and actually makes content creation, and anyone who does content creation, be they streaming or otherwise, can relate to this manga. Because this manga actually does point out a lot of stuff, and as of recording, the Sniper Wolf controversy is still going on. The manga points that out. And anyone who's done content creation, especially someone like me who kind of deals with, oh, you know, shooty bang bangs. God. God. Woo! It legit is relatable for someone who does content creation or someone who just enjoys YouTube or Twitch streamers. The manga even takes jabs at Twitch streamers, which is actually pretty hilarious. So, overall, I say go read this. Again, if you love isekais and you want something that isn't your standard, oh, overpowered hero goes to save the world, blah. Instead, it's just a chill dude trying to stream. Trying to be a content creator, that world's only content creator. Which leads me to why this thing has potential. You remember how I brought up earlier the fact that any of us who is anyone with this would ask the goddess to basically allow us to have access to our Steam account and our Nexus mods? Because I want to paint a picture for you. Imagine, if you will, you're the streamer instead of this Japanese boy. You have access to your Steam account. Or if you're me, in my case, I have access to Steam and Nexus mods. Meaning that, essentially, I could show them, I could come up with a way to basically tell them that I have the ability to view these other worlds, to control an avatar in this world of mine, another body, basically, and explore these worlds. Imagine what would happen if you showed them fucking Skyrim! And I don't mean just Skyrim, I mean any of the Elder Scrolls games. Remastered, of course. Or, fucking hell, better yet, Fallout! Could you imagine them shitting themselves over that game? Just, be it Fallout 3, New Vegas, or even 4. Show them any of the Fallout games! Do you see what I mean when I say this thing has potential? Do you see what I mean when I say this has so much potential? Not just as a reaction fanfic, but just as, what if it's another guy who actually shows up in there? What if it's an actual streamer? A professional streamer who shows up there? What if it's a guy who can actually make the ability to make content creation in this world? Because the ability to do so, if you see in the manga, has a lot of potential. I mean, Jesus Christ! Just saying. Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. As always, I've been your Soft Owl. And if you have a manga suggestion, let me know in the comments section. One that isn't your run-of-the-mill basic stuff. Also, if you want to help out the channel, consider checking out, of course, our affiliate links down below. The holidays are coming, ladies and gentlemen, and as such, you need to basically have your things, be they body armor, first aid kit, or, of course, you know, tracer units, or even tactical equipment. The links down below will, of course, help you out any way you can, as well as our coupon codes that kind of give you a lot of cool stuff in the end, too. The other thing, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you want to help sponsor a review, be it, of course, gun review, fan fiction review, or even a media review, then please consider donating to the PayPal and Cash App down below. And, yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Airsoft Al, and I shall see all you in the next video. Till next time, later.